Welcome back to the Buffalo Bulls Dynasty, where the Bulls have gotten on a hot streak here in Season 8. We've won our last 3 games and won a thrilling game against previously number 1 Syracuse last episode. That win vaulted us up to number 14 in the polls, and I hope we're not done there. This team is starting to find their stride, making improvements defensively. But also, I love where this offense is, with true freshman quarterback Kenyon Traylor, with 10 touchdown passes and just 1 interception on the year, and the 3-headed monster we have in the backfield, with Keenan Cleveland, Jimmy Sampson, and DeMarco Lacombo. We've been getting Oscar McNabb going as well in the passing game recently. This was his deep touchdown against Pitt a couple weeks back. The deep pass game is not a huge part of this offense anymore. A handful of years ago, we were seeing those deep balls to Braylon Staley all the time, but we have to keep McNabb involved. I didn't realize he actually had an ability that raises QB composure on first downs, and that's got to be helpful to a freshman quarterback that hasn't had a chance to develop yet. So we're taking this hot streak on the road again this week as we take on the Virginia Cavaliers, who are 5-2 on the season, and quarterbacked by Slade Hawkins, who is excellent on short throws, not as great on deeper stuff. And like us, Virginia comes in with 3 consecutive victories, including wins over Boston College, who has been really good the last couple years, and Notre Dame. So can Buffalo stay hot and continue their pursuit of the ACC title game? Last week's win surely gives us a huge step towards that goal. And let's get it underway. Welcome back to the Bulls Dynasty, everybody. We're putting the offense out first. And this is Jimmy Sampson handling the return, and he goes down near the 20. We've been seeing a lot more of Jimmy on offense lately. So his workload has increased. He's been the second most efficient running back behind Keenan Cleveland. He earns the start, and we go to a screen. This is Sampson, cuts inside, and that's a first down for Buffalo, 11-yard gain. Now replaced by Keenan Cleveland, and the first throw of the day for Kenyon Traylor is complete to Mike Dugans. 3rd and 3 now, Traylor back to pass. Wants McNabb and finds him on the crossing pattern. He races out of bounds at the 49. 3 receivers for Buffalo. They sweep Cleveland, and he breaks through into the secondary, sprinting to the 20. Just like that, 34 yards. And all it takes is a little crease. DeMarco Lacombo carries now, barreling through to the 7-yard line. How do you even begin to try and match up against this 3-headed attack when all 3 running backs can beat you in a different way? Lacombo on 2nd and goal, caps things off, bursting into the end zone, and Buffalo strikes first in impressive fashion. 9 plays, 81 yards. Now we'll get a look at this much improved defense. And despite the comeback by Syracuse last week, I wouldn't pin much of that on the defense themselves. There was a block punt and multiple short field given turnovers. So Virginia comes out, Slade Hawkins hands off, and this run will get a few. They're down in inches now for the Cavaliers. They'll try to get to the edge, and breaking a tackle, continuing upfield past the 40-yard line. That's Virginia running back Melvin Woods with an impressive carry. Now at the 42, Hawkins throwing over the middle, and that is very close, and another Virginia first down. They send jet motion. It's Woods again, met by 3 Bull defenders. 3rd down, everybody in tight. Hawkins, he's hit, and the pass is incomplete. It was Antoine Gatto forcing this out, and then Hester with really good coverage. This has just been a much tougher defense, more competitive in the trenches, stickier in coverage. Bulls ball, and McNabb is wrapped up. He is not trying to let him get free. Trailer on 3rd and 7. Gets it away. Finding McNabb again. What a grab. So fast, of course, but you can't forget about that 99 catching. Trailer now swings it out. This is going to be Grimm taking it up, gain of 6. Jimmy Sampson is the running back and cutting upfield. He's got it, first down, Buffalo. Great job moving bodies up front by this offensive line. Now a 3rd and 10, pressure in the face of Trailer, and he goes down. Big sack for Virginia's defense. Cavaliers take over, 18 seconds to play in the quarter. Off play action, Hawkins has a completion. Freshman receiver Zach Krause. Now off the fake to Woods, and Buffalo with great coverage, and time runs out on Hawkins. Textbook coverage sack. Troy Hodel cleans up. Bulls force 3rd down. Hawkins back to throw. Hit by Wheeler, incomplete. And he definitely had an open man. Bulls take over. And the number 14 ranked team in the nation with a throw incomplete. Unable to make the catch was Dugans. Trying to avoid the stop now. Trailer takes off on 3rd down. And he gets it on his own. Sliding at the 43. Ben Van Roten checks into the game now, and again, Trailer takes off. If they're not going to contain him, he can pick up a lot of yards really quickly. Time running out here on the play clock, and they'll barely get the snap off in time as Trailer lofts it, wants the end zone, and can't hook up with Ben Van Roten. 3rd and long now for the Bulls from the Virginia 41. Lofted, but knocked down. Intended for Sean Blade. Close game first half. Virginia will throw outside on 2nd down. Nice screen. They go up across the 30-yard line. Hawkins from the 32. Quick hitter. Ball's on the ground, and it is picked up by Larry Wheeler. He'll take it inside the 10 and into the end zone. And they're not blowing the play dead. They let it go. And Larry Wheeler for now puts the Bulls up 2 touchdowns. It's Leon Edmond on the hit. Now it looks like he could be down here, but prior to the ball coming out, it's a bang-bang play. And we'll see how they rule this. And they're going to let it stand here. That is a defensive touchdown for Buffalo. And they go up 14-0. I know I wouldn't be happy about that call if I were in their shoes. It's a run now with Woods. He gains 4. Virginia 3rd and 3. They'll sweep it again, and chasing him down with a flag on the field is Jamal Harper. It's going to be on Virginia and declined. Bulls football again. Good field position. It's Trailer and a wide open Oscar McNabb. Taken down at the Virginia 38. Already 4 catches for him early on. And Lacombo carries. Gets 2. Replaced by Sampson. It's a throw to Dugans on the RPO. Virginia thinking run. You have to with this offense. But this team has ways of hurting you when you overcommit. And Trailer now scrambles, gaining 6 more. It's already 4 runs for him. Sampson now inside the 10, and it's goal to go. Buffalo trying to build this big lead early. Lacombo, right side. He'll get in. Another touchdown. It's a 2-score day. The Locomotive making his 2nd stop in the end zone puts the Bulls up 21-0. This feels like the drive Virginia needs to go their way. 21-0. They'll swing it out. And the Bulls so good at rallying and making tackles. Devin Hester, the first one there. 3rd down, Hodel applies the pressure. And Hawkins' throw is incomplete. It's deflected by Leon Edmond. And another Cavalier 3 and out. That leaves time for Buffalo, too, plus all their timeouts. And this is very returnable. Jimmy Sampson, he's going to angle toward the Virginia bench and head out at the 48-yard line. Really good first half for Buffalo. Very clean start. Trailer back to pass. Crossing route, McNabb again. They are not able to keep up with him. That's clear. 1:15 left to go. Excellent protection. Lofted perfectly. And coming away with it is Roger Grimm. To the Virginia 26. Still all their timeouts. Trailer throws a strike as he's hit to Sean Blade. Now they run this, getting the conversion, and Sampson jukes out the safety. Timeout Buffalo. They still have one. 30 seconds left to go. Trailer hits McNabb at the goal line. Touchdown. And it's all Bulls early. Here's a team that opened the season 2-2. It was a concerning first 4 games. And they've already gotten so much better in the 4 since. Now, Virginia just one last play ahead of halftime, and they're going to launch this one. Hawkins not a great deep ball passer, and that sails out of bounds incomplete as we have reached the halfway point, and it's looking like Buffalo is going to run away with this game. But that's what it looked like at the half last week against Syracuse, up 27-3. Can Buffalo do a better job of keeping the Cavaliers from getting back in the game now? Just protect the ball, avoid the self-inflicted wounds that can allow a team to regain some hope. 28-0, and the defense takes the field to begin the second half. Melvin Woods up the middle, ran into his own blocker, but gains 5. To 3rd down and 1. And that's a conversion, running past Anthony Titus to the 49. Got to start somewhere if you're Virginia. This is a must-score drive, I'd say. Good hands on the outside. And another 3rd down and short. Throwing on the bubble screen and converting. Jet motion, misdirection. They go Woods' way, and he gets hammered. Amir Quarterman on the tackle. No gain on the play. They throw a quick slant. Tough catch, gaining 6 for Pierre Ramsor. And 3rd and 4. Hawkins, he's wrapped up and dropped again. Troy Hodell. He's been the most disruptive Bull today. And that quick interior pressure just makes everything so much easier on the rest of the defense. Already up 28-0, but you can't get too comfortable. Trailer throws for McNabb. You know, I've talked about this before. My philosophy is I don't care about the score until really late in the 4th quarter. What a grab, Nelly Jarrell. And a great pass from Kenyon Trailer. Just phenomenal play from this offense. I've seen far too many games just turn on a dime when there's a lot of time on the clock. So Buffalo needs to still finish this game out. Good gain for Lacumbo. And out of the outside, that's Sampson on the catch. He'll get 4. Jimmy stays in the game on 3rd and 1. And he's going to find his way for the first down and then break it outside. Showing good burst. He has really good change of direction and acceleration. And then you get Cleveland here with the top end speed. Gain of 9. 5 carries for Cleveland, but now in the red zone, that is DeMarco Lacumbo territory to the 14-yard line. They motion out Sampson again here. He has it, trying to cut his way through, and he's taken down. Here is the hero of last week, Morgan Grassmanis. He drills the field goal, and since being benched a few weeks ago, he has only missed 1 kick. He graduated from kicking camp, and he is a new man here in his last season at Buffalo. We're taking this now into the 4th quarter. Buffalo shutting out Virginia, 31-0. But the Cavaliers have the football, and the 3rd down pass is dropped. It's been that kind of day. And I think that morale just seems way down ever since that fumble earlier that gave us our second touchdown. The wheels fell off after that. But they've converted the fourth down and continue to approach their first points of the day. Handoff here, Woods getting through to the 4. But now third down, it's Hawkins sliding, and he's met on the outside and sacked. Scotty O'Shaughnessy. Oh, this is also the backup defense now in for Buffalo, tasked with keeping the shutout intact, and that's a turnover on downs. Tyreek Carmona won't have an easier chance at an interception. Kevin Babineau now in, and it's Carlos Harm's time as he spins away and breaks out to the 33. This is my favorite part of these lopsided games, seeing him enter late. Now it's Kevin Babineau, the senior, throwing complete to Morgan Scarborough. I keep getting those two confused. Underneath with Ben Van Roten now. And it'll be fourth down, Buffalo. Defense is going to have to do it again. Hawkins pumps, delivers, and that's a fumble. Scooped up Carlos Harmon inside the 10 and tries to leap his way into the end zone, but he comes up short. And it doesn't seem they're going to overturn this one either. It is Buffalo ball. Carlos Harms leaps into the end zone. The Harms hurdle is the perfect exclamation point. Now, can they maintain the shutout? Last play of the game, Virginia. Time expires. Hawkins. He throws it short. That's complete. And stopped at the 10. The game is over. And that is the first ever shutout of the Buffalo Bulls dynasty. And what a perfect time when I've been focused on the defense so much in recent games. We had a good stretch in those first 2 games on our winning streak. We allowed 20 points in 2 weeks. Last week was weird because of defensive scoring and short fields given to Syracuse. But this has been a really strong defense, I'd say, each of the last 4 games. That's going to give us a real chance at winning this conference this year. There's a really good flow to the offense right now, and although I felt like I had a good plan for the running backs earlier, I've kind of adjusted things recently, thinking of Sampson and Cleveland as like the main running backs in most situations, but getting Lacombo on the field in short yardage when we're inside the opposing 30, or when we're trying to just grind the game a bit because we have a lead. So I feel really good about where that attack is right now and moving guys in and out. And it's all done manually. I haven't really relied on auto subs in a long time. I'm always doing things manual at the play call screen there. I have no idea why the fumbles were ruled the way they were with no review. And you could tell in that first one, like, I had no option of even challenging to like help out the CPU there if I even wanted to. So I don't know, 2-in-1 game is kind of bizarre. I'd say most of the time in this game fumbles are fumbles, but I think they got both of the ones in this game wrong. In recruiting, we're going to add 2 players to our class today at defensive tackle and safety as we get the bump to number 9 in the country. And Troy Hodell is ACC Defensive Player of the Week. Miles Ekajuba, 91 strength, 61 speed, so you think of him as more of a power-oriented defensive tackle. And then Ryan Ainsworth with really good athleticism. He's a hybrid safety, better man coverage than zone. There are still some solid targets on the board meanwhile, and some of these battles are getting kind of competitive. For the quarterback, Zolman, that one is tight. And then I've been thinking about what to do with these extra points. And I just started scouting a bunch of athletes. If I have to fill out a class and there's nothing I really need, you can't go wrong just finding gem athletes and hoping they can find a spot somewhere. And I've done that here with a few different archetypes, so excited to fill this class out. We are currently number 6 in recruiting class ranking right now. Next week, we take on Cal, who are 3-5. That's our last game before being reunited against former quarterback David Ogbonna. Really excited to get to that one here in a couple episodes. We've now played 103 games in the series. I kind of forgot it keeps track of a lot of this stuff here, so thought I would just share some of the stats that have been collected throughout the series. Although I think some of these numbers on this menu are for one season and not lifetime. Like, we've definitely had a lot more than 69 sacks in this series. It's been 8 years, and we've had some ridiculous pass rushes. But it's been quite the run here with Adam Kane with Buffalo from the MAC to the ACC. Here were some of the big games this last week. So Virginia Tech, number 1, they hold on against Cal. Close game. We get Cal next week. I don't like overlooking teams in this game. We've been on the wrong end of some upsets before, and you never know what any game is going to bring. Syracuse holds on against North Carolina, and they move up to number 4. Very close game, but the Orange remain ahead of us in the polls, as David Ogbonna threw 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in this game. And then the surprise team of the ACC this year has been Duke, but they go down at the hands of Wake Forest, 35-29. They go down to number 10, so we leapfrog them in the polls. And this ACC has just been so loaded up top in the polls. I do think moving there has been the right decision overall. And I like having the rivalry with Syracuse and some of these other teams that we've seen in the conference. Kenyon Traylor now with 10 touchdowns, 1 pick on the year. Cleveland has ran for 517 yards, Lacombo 383, Sampson 248. Oscar McNabb continues to build a nice lead here with catches and yards as the team's wide receiver 1. In the sack department, Antoine Gatto, 5.5 sacks on the year. 3 picks still for Devontae Carrion leads the team. And that is going to do it for today, everybody. Next time, we go on to face Cal, trying to keep this win streak going. This has been a very fun stretch in Season 8. Thank you all for watching the video. Please leave a like and leave your thoughts on this season for Buffalo down in the comments. Remember to subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next episode. Have a great weekend, everybody.